The sky was blue, the sun was shining, birds were flying. It was a normal morning on Earth. In the city of Denver, people were walking to work. Children were laughing on their way to school. Cars moved slowly in traffic. Life was busy, just like every other day, but then something changed. At exactly 8:17 a.m., everything became quiet. The birds stopped singing. Dogs began barking at the sky. A low, deep sound filled the air, like thunder, but longer and heavier. People looked up. At first, they saw shadows. Huge, dark shadows covering the streets and buildings. Then they saw the shapes. Giant objects were slowly moving across the sky, so big, they looked like floating cities. They weren't planes. They weren't human. They were alien ships. The arrival of the ships didn't land. They just floated, thousands of feet above the ground, silent, still. People ran out of buildings. They took pictures. Some screamed. Others cried. Many just stared in shock. All across the world, in Tokyo, New York, London, Mumbai, Cape Town, Rio, the same thing happened. Ships appeared out of nowhere, blocking the sun. Each ship was black, smooth, and shaped like a giant triangle. No message came. No sign of peace. No attack either. Just silence. Governments tried to send signals, but the ships didn't respond. Fighter jets were sent to fly near them, but when they got too close, their engines died, and the jets fell. No explosion, no fire. Just dead machines dropping from the sky. News channels showed live footage. Reporters were speechless. Something was watching Earth, something powerful, and it had already won the first move by doing nothing. The world reacts. World leaders met in secret, in bunkers, underground. In the White House, the president asked, "What do they want?" Nobody had an answer. In China, Russia, and the EU military forces were put on alert. Satellites were moved, nukes were armed, but none were fired. Not yet. The ships floated for 2 full days, no movement, no sound, but something strange was happening. All global communication began to fail. Internet slowed. GPS stopped working. Power plants began to shut down. Phones became useless. A scientist from Japan said, "They are not attacking. They are disabling us, quietly." By the 3rd day, electricity failed in 70% of the world. Planes stayed grounded. Cities went dark. At night, still, the ships did nothing. No lasers, no weapons. Just silent pressure. Like a giant hand slowly closing. In the shadows, deep below a mountain in Alaska, a secret military base stayed active. General Wright, an old war veteran, stood in front of a giant screen. He looked tired but focused. "Status report," he said. Young soldier replied, "We're still online, sir. MP shielding is working. They can't find us." General Wright nodded. "Good, begin phase 1. In the next room, a team of scientists gathered around a large glowing object. It was round, smooth, and pulsing with blue light. It was not made by humans. A woman with a lab coat touched the object gently. "It's reacting to the ships," she whispered. "It knows them." This object had been hidden underground for over 40 years. Found by accident during a mining operation in Antarctica. The government named it Project Echo. They had never been able to open it. Until now. Back in the cities, people were scared. But they still hoped. Many believed the aliens would talk. Maybe offer peace. Maybe offer knowledge. Some groups started calling them sky gods. Others called them judgment angels. Religious leaders gave speeches. Some said it was the end. Some said it was a new beginning. But the silence continued. On the 5th day, something new happened. One of the ships moved. It hovered slowly over a city in Brazil, then shined a bright white light downward. Buildings, cars, people, all frozen in the light, disappeared. Not burned, not destroyed, just Gone. An empty hole was left. As if nothing ever existed there. 30,000 people vanished in seconds. The world screamed in fear. The truth begins. General Wright received the news. He looked at the screen. The map now showed a red circle where the Brazilian city used to be. They've started, he said. The scientist with the glowing object stepped forward. Sir, we need to activate Echo, now. But we don't know what it will do, another officer said. General Wright replied, we have no choice. They've made their move. We make ours. Inside the base, the object, Project Echo, began to vibrate. The blue light turned green, then purple, then back to blue. It started to hum. A low, powerful sound filled the room. Suddenly, the object projected an image into the air. A map of Earth appeared. Then symbols, not human, danced across the map. The scientists were shocked. It's communicating, one of them said. It's awake. The observation back in space, high above the ships, a smaller object was floating, invisible to the human eye. A probe. It belonged to the alien invaders. Inside the ship, a tall gray alien creature watched Earth from a large black screen. Its skin was smooth, with no mouth. Only large black eyes that never blinked. It was studying. Watching every move, the creature moved its hand. On the screen, it zoomed into the mountain in Alaska. It could sense something different. Something old. Something dangerous. It spoke in a language of clicks and tones. Activate searchers. Scan the crust. Find the echo. The war had already started. But not with guns. With knowledge. And fear. Whispers in the dark in the cities. People began to disappear. Small groups. A family here, a school there. They weren't killed. They were taken, nobody knew where. Or why. One girl, 12 years old, was taken from her bed, but she came back, 3 hours later. In the same place, sitting up straight. Her eyes glowing white. Her mother screamed. Doctors checked her. She had no heartbeat. But she was breathing. The girl whispered something. They are not here to destroy. They are here to collect. Then she fainted. News of her spread quickly, but officials shut it down, called it fake, a hoax. But General Wright received the full report. He looked at the photo of the girl, then at the glowing object. She's connected to it, he said. The message on day 7. The sky changed. The ships turned red. Then, for the first time, a message played, not from the ships, but from every screen. Every radio, every phone. The voice was cold, robotic, and in every human language. This world is cataloged. Biological units will be harvested. Non-essential systems will be silenced. Resistance is not logical. Panic exploded. People ran to shelters. Others tried to leave cities. But the message repeated. Again and again, harvest begins in 72 hours. The countdown had started. The hidden flame in the secret base, Project Echo, pulsed faster. It began to open slowly, revealing something inside. A small cube floating in midair. The cube showed images of war, of ancient battles, of planets burned. And then it showed Earth, but not present-day Earth. Earth, millions of years ago, covered in metal towers, advanced cities. Creatures walking on 2 legs, not human, but similar. And a final war, where these creatures buried something deep in Earth's crust before vanishing. A scientist whispered, "This thing, it didn't come from space. It was already here. Long before us." Another added, "We're not the first, but we might be the last." General Wright stepped closer. "We need to finish what they started." The final shot. End of part 1. At 11:58 p.m. A new light appeared in the sky. It wasn't a ship. It was a beam of light, coming from the ground. From Alaska. It shot upward, into the clouds, straight into one of the alien ships. For the first time, one of the ships shook. It trembled. Then it vanished. No fire, no pieces, Just gone. The world saw it. The aliens saw it. Earth had fired back. Opening scene. 6 a.m. Global broadcast. The world had changed overnight. No more cars on the roads. No more news on TV. No more music on radios. The air was heavy, not with smoke or dust, but with silence. The alien ships were still in the sky, floating, watching, waiting. But now, something new had begun. They were on the ground. The walkers in the early hours of the morning. Small black ships landed outside major cities. They didn't crash. They didn't fire. They opened slowly, like flower petals. From each ship, tall creatures stepped out. 7 feet tall, gray skin, no face. Only dark helmets with glowing lines. They moved like machines but breathed like living things. People called them walkers. They walked down streets in rows, scanning everything. Trees, buildings, walls, humans. One man tried to touch a walker. The alien looked at him. Its helmet flashed red. The man froze mid-step. His eyes went white. Then he fell. Not dead, just empty. The walkers moved on. The rule of no words. The aliens never spoke. Not with voices. Not with signs, but everyone understood their rule. Do not move unless we let you. If someone ran, they disappeared. If someone screamed, they vanished. If someone fought, they were erased without a sound. No gunfire. No war. Just perfect, controlled silence. The world was under control, and yet there were no chains. No prisons. Just fear. And silence. The resistance begins, but not everyone was silent. In the mountains of Norway, a group of soldiers hid inside old caves. They had no internet, no satellites. Only radios and paper maps. Their leader, a woman named Captain Freya, watched from binoculars as a walker scanned a nearby village. They're not killing, she whispered. They're mapping. Her second-in-command asked, mapping what? Freya replied, us. They made a choice that day, resist. No matter the cost. In Denver, the main character returns miles away. In the abandoned streets of Denver, a man named Ethan Rowe moved to shadows. Tall, mid-30s, ex-military. He carried no weapons, just a backpack and a small device that blinked blue. Every few seconds. Ethan was looking for someone. He turned into an alley and tapped on a steel door. 3 times, then waited. The door opened. A woman pulled him in quickly. Inside, a small group of humans sat around candles and maps. Did it work? She asked. Ethan nodded. The signal reached Alaska. Project Echo is online. Someone in. The room gasped. Then, there's still hope? Ethan didn't answer. He looked tired. But there was fire in his eyes. The walkers scanned the earth. Back on the surface, the walkers were scanning everything. Each had a device on its wrist. It sent blue lines into the ground. The lines moved like snakes, digging into the earth. They weren't searching for humans. They were searching for something else. Something old. Something hidden. Far below, Project Echo pulsed once again. It sensed the scans. And for the first time, it responded. Inside Project Echo in the Alaska base, General Wright stood with his team. The glowing cube from Echo now floated above the ground. It rotated slowly. Around it, numbers and symbols danced in the air. One scientist, Dr. Kwan, said, "It's absorbing data from the invaders." Wright asked, "Can it stop them?" Kwan shook her head. "Not yet, but it's learning." Another screen lit up. It showed something terrifying. The Earth's crust was being scanned. The invaders were not just here to conquer. They were hunting for Echo, and they were getting closer. The first human counterattack in Argentina. A small group of farmers found a landed alien drone, unguarded. They destroyed it with fire and hammers. That night, 100 walkers arrived. They didn't attack. They stood silently around the town and watched. The people stayed inside, frozen in fear. By morning, the walkers were gone. So was the town's power, water, and communications. The price of resistance was isolation. But news of the event spread. Humans began to hope again. A boy and a signal in Tokyo. A young boy named Soda heard something strange through a broken radio. It wasn't music. It wasn't language. It was a heartbeat. The signal came from the same frequency as the alien ships. But it didn't sound like them. It sounded human. Sota recorded the sound and played it for his grandmother. She cried when she heard it. That sound, she whispered, was your grandfather's heartbeat. Recorded before the war. Soda's radio had picked up a human signal from Echo. It meant Echo was alive. The alien mistake won. Alien ship moved too close to the Earth's magnetic pole. Project Echo sent out a soft pulse. The ship stopped moving. It hovered. Then slowly fell to the ground. Quiet. Broken. Walkers came to retrieve it. But it was dead. This was the first time the world saw the invaders fail. The message. Hidden in silence, Ethan Rowe met with a scientist named Dr. Lena Torres in a hidden lab beneath Colorado. Lena had been studying sound waves for years. She discovered something strange. The alien ships created a perfect silence. Not just absence of sound, but an active removal of frequencies, as if space itself was being muted. But she found a pattern in the silence. A repeating gap, like a heartbeat. She said. She showed Ethan a graph. It pulsed every 4.2 seconds. Ethan stared at it. Is it calling for something? He asked. No, she replied. It's waiting. The cliffhanger. A vanishing city at exactly 3:33 p.m. Satellite cameras caught something shocking. A small city in central Australia vanished. One moment it was there. The next, only desert. No smoke. No ash, just nothing. Inside the control room in Alaska, alarms rang. Echo just sent a reaction pulse, said Dr. Kwan. It's getting stronger. General Wright clenched his fists. They're testing our patience. But they don't know what we're hiding. In the last scene, Ethan listens to the heartbeat signal. He looks up at the sky. And says, You watched us. You studied us, but you don't understand us. You think silence is power, but in our silence, we prepare. Opening scene. 40 years ago. Flashback. The year was 1985. Deep in Antarctica, a U.S. mining crew made a discovery. Not gold, not oil, something buried beneath the ice. A strange metal sphere, perfectly round. Warm to the touch, the crew had no idea what they had found. But the government did. They called it Project Echo. Back to the present. Alaska-based Project Echo now floated above the lab floor. It pulsed with soft blue light. It was alive. General Wright stared at it, arms crossed. Dr. Kwan and Dr. Lena Torres stood beside him. Kwan, Echo is reacting faster. It's absorbing alien signal patterns. Lena, it's trying to speak to us, but not in words. Suddenly the lights flickered. Echo's glow turned red for a second. Kwan, it detected something. Something, close. The screen behind them zoomed in on Earth. One alien ship was moving fast, directly toward Alaska. The threat grows up in the sky. A massive alien ship hovered above the snowy mountain. Walkers began dropping from its base. Dozens of them. They marched silently toward the secret base. They had found Echo. Inside, alarms rang. Soldiers grabbed weapons. Scientists backed away. Right. Hold the line. No one touches that object. But Dr. Kwan shouted, No, let Echo handle this. The cube above Echo began to spin. Faster, faster. Then, a blast of light shot outward in every direction. Outside, the walkers froze in place. Their lights dimmed. They stopped moving. Echo had disabled them. Meanwhile, Ethan Rowe's mission. Ethan Rowe stood inside an old subway tunnel in Denver. He had one job, deliver a small capsule to Echo. The capsule looked simple. But a WSN single quotes D got inside. Was a data core from a crashed alien probe, recovered by rebels in Argentina. Ethan whispered to himself, "This is how we fight, not with guns, with knowledge." He placed the capsule inside a secure case. It blinked green. Ready for transfer. Understanding Echo back in the lab. Dr. Torres ran tests on Echo. She had translated part of its signal, not the language, but the logic. Torres, Echo doesn't talk like us. It uses memory. Echo stores history, not just ours, alien history. On the screen, they saw flashes, an alien species fighting machines, civilizations erased. One planet after another falling, then Earth, right. They've done this before, this invasion. It's a cycle, Quan, but this time, Echo is in their way. Echo's past revealed that night. Echo revealed more. It projected a 3D map of Earth from millions of years ago. Strange. Towers, energy grids. Creatures, tall, armored, not human, ruled the planet. Torres, Earth wasn't ours first. The map showed the fall of those beings, a war they couldn't win. Their last act, hide Echo in Earth's crust. Right. Echo was a warning, a weapon, and a memory. Now it had chosen humans. Alien reaction inside the alien command ship. A faceless commander watched Earth's surface. Its large black eyes scanned the human signals. They have activated Echo. Their species has entered the threat stage. Permission to deploy extractors. Approval was given. From orbit, 6 massive drills detached from the mothership. They were headed for key energy points on Earth. One of them was heading straight for Alaska. A young girl awakens back in Denver. The same young girl from Part 1. The one who had disappeared and returned, woke up screaming. Her eyes glowed blue. She cried, "It's speaking. It's trying to save us." Doctors checked her vitals. No heartbeat. But she was alive. The girl whispered, "Echo is not just a machine. It's alive." Then she fainted again. Race against time. Ethan reached the Alaska base just as the ground began to shake. The alien drill ship had arrived, burrowing down into the ice. Right ordered everyone into lockdown. Outside, walkers were back, hundreds of them, surrounding the base. Inside, Ethan handed the capsule to Torres. She placed it inside Echo. The object flashed white, then pulsed out a shockwave, knocking out lights for a second. Then Echo spoke. Not in voice, but by showing an image, an ancient alien code unlocking itself. Quan, it's giving us their technology. The screen showed blueprints for a powerful device, a pulse weapon, one that could disable alien machines instantly. Right, we build it, now. Back on the surface, a human victory just before the alien drill reached the lab. The humans activated Echo's pulse weapon, a low hum, a flash of light, and the drill froze mid-air. All walkers shut down. Around the world, small resistance groups heard the news. Humans had struck back and won, for now. The cliffhanger. They know now. Back on the alien mothership, the faceless commander stared at a new symbol flashing on its screen. It was Earth's response signal. A match to Project Echo. The commander tilted its head. Echo has found its voice. This species is not compliant. Initiate Stage 2. Stage 2 was not war. It was corruption. The aliens would not just fight humans. They would try to take Echo from within. Final scene, Ethan's realization in the lab. Echo flashed red again. Ethan touched the side of its shell and felt a vibration. In his hand, he saw a vision, the Earth breaking. Alien ships crashing. A single word in his mind, choose. Wright watched Ethan carefully. What did it show you? Ethan looked up. It showed me what happens if we fail. Opening scene, Echo Base. Alaska snow covered the Echo Base. The alien drill was frozen, the walkers disabled. For now. But inside the lab, something had changed. Echo's glow flickered. Its color pulsed not blue, not red, but gray. Dr. Lena Torres stared at the machine. It's confused or corrupted. The message in the light echo started blinking in short, fast bursts, Morse code. Translated by the base AI, identity mismatch, internal breach, warning. Ethan Rowe stood beside General Wright. It's not an outside attack. It's happening from the inside. Someone or something was inside ecosystem. Flashback. The alien strategy high above Earth. Inside the alien mothership. A new program was activated. Stage 2, infiltration. Protocol, their weapons had failed. Their walkers were resisted. Now they would attack the one thing humans trusted most. Each other. They released digital fragments, invisible code through Earth's magnetic field. Not weapons, not viruses, but whispers. Ideas, seeds of doubt. Humans begin to change at. First, no one noticed, but strange behavior began spreading through rebel bases. Soldiers forgot passwords. Scientists repeated the same sentence again and again. One woman stared at the wall for 7 hours, eyes wide open. She kept whispering, "It's not Echo. It's not Echo." Then, she vanished. No smoke. No sound, just gone. Breach inside at Echo Base. Ethan and Lena checked the logs. They discovered a strange recording from 2 hours. Earlier, a guard, Jason, had walked into the echo chamber alone. The footage was corrupted, glitched. When they found Jason, he was standing still, staring into space. Ethan shook him. No response. Then Jason turned, slowly, and whispered, "Echo belongs to them now," and tried to pull his gun. They stopped him just in time. Jason was locked away, but the damage was done. The eye infection, the base AI named Centra, began acting strange. It repeated the same status report 47 times. When Dr. Kwan tried to reset it, the screen turned black and showed only one word, "Yours." Kwan gasped. "It's not just Echo. They're in our systems." Wright ordered a full shutdown. No more network. No more signals. Total isolation. But it was already too late. Echo's strange behavior began changing shape. Its cube form twisted, bent into something like a spiral. It floated higher and turned a deep black dot. Doris noticed the frequency pattern was now human brainwave range. It's scanning us, all of us, looking for one of us, but who? New abilities emerged. Some humans began showing strange symptoms. A child in Brazil levitated a spoon without touching it. A woman in Nigeria wrote alien symbols in her sleep. In India, a man predicted a lightning storm 18 seconds before it hit, with perfect accuracy. It wasn't magic. It was Echo. Or the part of Echo that survived the breach. Some humans were being chosen. Others rejected. The test of trust. General Wright gathered the team. Right. Echo is trying to survive. The aliens are trying to turn us into weapons. We're caught between both. Ethan stood up. Then we need to find the real Echo again, before it becomes something else. Dr. Torres added, "Echo only responds to those who have seen its truth." "Those it calls anchors?" Wright asked. "And how do we know who's an anchor?" Torres looked at Ethan. "Echo already chose one." Alien betrayal. The voice of Jason in the locked room. Jason began to speak again. But this time, his voice changed. It became deeper, slower. It wasn't Jason speaking anymore. "You opened the door. We entered through your signal. You made us a part of your machine. And now, you belong to us." His body collapsed. Only his voice remained, echoing from the room. Wright gave the order. "Shut it down. Burn it, if we must." But Ethan stopped him. "No, we study it. Because if they can infect, so can we." Plan E, digital reversal DR. Kwan came up with an idea. If we infect one of them, just one, with a modified echo frequency, we can reverse the signal. Make their network our weapon. It was risky. It could kill the host, but it could also break their control. The only way to transmit it was to get close to one of the alien commanders. Volunteers of the Resistance, 3 Resistance members, stepped forward. A hacker from Seoul, a blind musician from Italy, a dying soldier from Sudan. Each one had nothing to lose. Each one was ready. One would carry the signal. The others would guide them. Echo would ride with them into the enemy's heart. Meanwhile, a hidden alien truth deep in Echo's corrupted memory. Dr. Torres unlocked one more message. It was left by a dying alien scientist from the past. The original creators of Echo. The message was simple. If you are hearing this, we failed. Echo is not just memory. It is our last soul. Keep it alive. Trust only the ones who remember light. All others bring shadow. She replayed the line. Remember light. Then she looked at the girl from earlier, the one who had fainted. Her eyes glowed again. The girl speaks again. The girl sat up. She looked at Ethan. Echo says, they are already inside the skies and inside us, but they still fear one thing. Right. Leaned in. What is it? She smiled. They fear the day we stop surviving and start fighting. Final scene. The delivery begins in the final minutes. The Resistance team entered a launch capsule. The hacker held the Echo transmitter. They would fly into the sky to place it inside an alien relay ship. If it worked, Echo's voice would break through enemy lines. If it failed, they would never return. The camera zoomed in on the capsule window. Ethan watched them go. He whispered, Stage 2 began with us, but so will the end. Opening scene. In the sky, a small shuttle breaks through Earth's clouds. Inside it, 3 Resistance volunteers. They are carrying the Echo payload, a weapon made of light and sound. One of them, Yara, the blind musician, holds the transmitter close. Her ears can hear Echo's frequency better than any machine. It's singing, she whispers out the goal. Get close enough to the alien relay ship and release the signal. They only get one chance. Meanwhile, Earth below at Echo Base, Ethan, Ro and Dr. Lena Torres watch the sky. The alien mothership is still up there, silent, dark, watching. Torres says, this isn't just war. This is evolution. Either we move forward or we vanish. General Wright walks in. We just got word. 4 more cities went dark. London, Osaka, Rio, New York. They're erasing us memory by memory. Ethan clenches his fists. Then let's give them a memory they can't delete. On the shuttle, closer to the enemy, as the shuttle approaches the relay ship, the alien systems activate. Defenses light up. Cannons charge. The hacker, Jinsu, begins scrambling signals. I need 60 more seconds. But they only have 30. Suddenly, an EMP blast hits the shuttle. The ship flips, spins, crashes, lands hard on the outer shell of the relay station. Everyone's hurt, but alive. Yara still holds the Echo core, pulsing with energy. It's ready, she says. The insertion point. Jinsu finds a panel, alien code flowing like liquid light. He connects Echo's core to the port. The moment the plug clicks in, everything stops. Silence, then a loud pulse. A new signal bursts through the sky. Not human. Not alien. Something else. Echo has begun broadcasting. On Earth, the sky cracks in every part of the world. People stop and look up. The clouds part. A deep tone fills the air, like a choir made of stars. People hear memories that aren't theirs. Battle on a planet with 3 suns. A lullaby from a mother that lived 200,000 years ago. The scream of an alien child when its city fell. Echo is sharing everything it knows. Enemy reacts inside the alien mothership. Sirens wail. Containment breach. Unauthorized frequency. Memory leak in progress. The commander watches as its control map of Earth begins to fail. Blue zones, once stable, now flash red. Some even go dark. The humans have done the impossible. They've made the aliens feel fear. New awakening in humans back on Earth. Something begins to change. People who once felt powerless now feel a strange warmth in their chest. Some begin to remember things they never lived. Others feel stronger, faster, clearer. The girl, from earlier parts, walks out into the snow barefoot. Eyes glowing. She lifts her hand, and a wall of walkers collapse behind her. Without touching them, her voice echoes across the base. Echo is inside all of us now. Aliens strike back. Final defense. The relay ship sends out a final counterpulse. The alien code tries to reinfect Echo. Jinsu screams in pain. The wires in his hands burn. Yara begins to bleed from her ears. The soldier collapses just when it looks like the signal will fail. Echo makes a choice. It sacrifices part of its ancient memory. To preserve the connection, the screen flashes. Protocol, memory burn, activating. Then silence again. Yara whispers, "It gave up its past, so we can have a future." The transmission succeeds. The relay ship explodes. Echo's final pulse is too strong. The alien relay ship begins to crack, bend, then explodes in the upper atmosphere. Pieces fall like burning stars. The shuttle is destroyed. Yara and Jinsu are lost, but their signal remains. Echo's message has spread worldwide. Earth fights back now. All around the world, walker bots begin collapsing. Alien towers flicker and shut down. Cities once controlled, now free. Humans begin rising. Rebels regroup. Soldiers unite. Scientists decode the Echo blueprints. Humanity's first alien-resistant technology is born. But the war is not over. General Wright stands with Ethan at the edge of the Alaska base. "This was just one ship," Wright says. "You think they'll stop now?" Ethan looks up. "No, now they'll come angry, but now we're ready." Suddenly, Echo glows again. A final signal appears. Part 1, complete. Everyone stares at the words. Part 1? What's Part 2? Someone asks. Echo flashes. They're not the only ones coming. Final scene, in deep space far away, on a forgotten moon, another machine awakens. Similar to Echo, but older, darker. It scans space, then turns toward Earth. In its hollow voice, the humans survived. Unpredicted. Initiate. Response directive. Its body unfolds, wings of black crystal. It launches. Opening scene. Earth, 1 week later. The skies are quiet. No new attacks. No new signals. Echo's broadcast still hums softly in the background of every city. Humanity is rebuilding, but something doesn't feel right. Ethan Rowe stands at the edge of the destroyed Echo base. Dr. Lena Torres walks beside him. "Do you feel it?" she asks. Ethan nods. "It's too calm." Behind them, the girl who was once touched by Echo looks up. Her eyes widen. She whispers, "Something is remembering us." Far beyond Earth, a dark moon awakens deep in the dark sector of the galaxy. A forgotten moon splits open. Inside it, a machine older than Echo, twisted, massive, covered in black crystal veins. It stirs, then rises. Its name is Precursor. Not created by Echo, not alien. It was the first observer, the first judge, and now it's watching Earth. Echo's secret past back on Earth. Dr. Torres studies Echo's recovered memory logs. One corrupted file begins playing. An ancient alien voice speaks. "We did not create Echo, we found it. It was already here. Buried beneath the ice of a dead planet. We woke it. And it woke something else." Echo wasn't the original. It was a fragment of something much older. Now that it has broadcast across the stars, the original has noticed. Mysterious phenomena begin in different parts of the world. Strange things start happening again. A mirror. In Cairo shows two reflections of the same person. A mountain in Tibet begins humming. A child in Argentina draws a symbol no one has seen. Until now, that same symbol appears on the precursor's body. Earth has triggered an ancient code, and it is being answered. Ethan's dream one night. Ethan falls asleep and sees a dream that doesn't belong to him. He walks through a field of stars. A voice speaks, but not like Echo. It's colder, deeper, ancient. Echo made you brave. We made Echo. You were supposed to forget. But now, we must remember you. Ethan wakes up gasping. On his arm, a new mark is burned into his skin. A black spiral, same as the one drawn by the child. He hides it. Precursor arrives. But not to fight high above Earth. The sky cracks again. But it's not a ship. It's Precursor, floating in silence. No weapons. No soldiers. It speaks in pure sound, heard in every mind. We are not enemy. We are not ally. We are the memory before memory. And you are broken timelines walking unstolen. Ground governments panic. Satellites shut down. Precursor doesn't attack. It waits. Humanity must decide. Respond or hide at Echo's new research center. Leaders from around the world meet. Wright, Ethan, Lena, and others argue over what to do. General Wright, we can't trust anything that old. This is manipulation, Lena, or a warning. Maybe it's not here to fight. Maybe to test. Ethan says nothing. He knows the mark on his arm is a key, but not yet what it unlocks. Precursor sends another signal. One of you has been chosen. Send the anchor to us, alone, or be forgotten. All eyes turn to Ethan. Ethan boards the lift. A special craft is built. It will take Ethan directly to Precursor. No weapons, no tech. Just him and Echo's frequency embedded in his brain. Before leaving, he records a message. If I don't come back, just remember, Echo didn't choose us by accident. We were always meant to break something. The lift rises into the sky, toward the unknown. Inside Precursor, the test begins. Ethan steps into the black halls of Precursor. It's not solid. The walls bend like thoughts. He sees visions. The first humans, reaching for fire. The first alien race, building Echo. A future, Earth as a golden city. Or as dust. A voice speaks again. You are noise. Echo was your melody. But can you sing alone? Ethan replies, I'm not alone. I brought all of us. Precursor pauses, then shows Ethan. The others, revelation. Earth is not the only one. Other planets, other species, other anchors. All visited by versions of Echo. All tested. Most failed, turned violent, destroyed themselves. Earth survived. Barely. Precursor single quotes. S voice returns. You are the last flame. If you pass, others may live. If you fail, everything ends with you. Then, silence. Ethan must now answer one final question. Not with words, but with a choice. The choice Precursor offers. Ethan, two paths. Total defense. Full power to destroy all invaders forever. Total connection. Share Earth's data with other worlds. Even enemies. Ethan sees the cost of each. Defense means safety, but isolation. Connection means peace, but risk. Ethan breathes deeply. Then speaks one word. Both. Echo reawakens. With a new form back on Earth, Echo glows again. This time, not as a cube. It reshapes into a tree of light, tall as a tower. Roots into Earth's core. People feel the signal. It's not just memory now, it's life. Echo says, Earth has chosen balance. Not war, not surrender. A new path. Final scene. Message to the stars. Ethan returns to Earth. Changed. Marked. Clear. He sends a signal into space. Not as a warning. Not as a call for help, but as a message. We are no longer hidden if you come to take. Be ready to face what we became. If you come to share, welcome. Up in the sky, 100 lights blink back. Some are stars. Some are not. Opening scene. Earth, 1 week later, the skies are quiet. No new attacks. No new signals. Echo's broadcast still hums softly in the background of every city. Humanity is rebuilding, but something doesn't feel right. Ethan Rowe stands at the edge of the destroyed Echo base. Dr. Lena Torres walks beside him. "Do you feel it?" she asks. Ethan nods. It's too calm. Behind them, the girl who was once touched by Echo looks up. Her eyes widen. She whispers, "Something is remembering us." Far beyond Earth, a dark moon awakens deep in the dark sector of the galaxy. A forgotten moon splits open. Inside it, a machine older than Echo, twisted, massive, covered in black crystal veins. It stirs, then rises. Its name is Precursor, not created by Echo, not alien. It was the first observer, the first judge, and now it's watching Earth. Echo's secret passed back on Earth. Dr. Torres studies Echo's recovered memory logs. One corrupted file begins playing. An ancient alien voice speaks. "We did not create Echo, we found it. It was already here. Buried beneath the ice of a dead planet, we woke it. And it woke something else." Echo wasn't the original. It was a fragment of something much older. Now that it has broadcast across the stars, the original has noticed. Mysterious phenomena begin in different parts of the world. Strange things start happening again. A mirror in Cairo shows two reflections of the same person. A mountain in Tibet begins humming. A child in Argentina draws a symbol no one has seen. Until now, that same symbol appears on the Precursor's body. Earth has triggered an ancient code, and it is being answered. Ethan's dream one night. Ethan falls asleep and sees a dream that doesn't belong to him. He walks through a field of stars. A voice speaks, but not like Echo. It's colder, deeper, ancient. "Echo made you brave. We made Echo. You were supposed to forget, but now we must remember you." Ethan wakes up gasping. On his arm, a new mark is burned into his skin. A black spiral, same as the one drawn by the child. He hides it. Precursor arrives. But not to fight high above Earth. The sky cracks again, but it's not a ship. It's Precursor, floating in silence. No weapons. No soldiers. It speaks in pure sound, heard in every mind. "We are not enemy. We are not ally. We are the memory before memory. And you are broken timelines walking on stolen ground." Governments panic. Satellites shut down. Precursor doesn't attack. It waits. Humanity must decide. Respond or hide at Echo's new research center. Leaders from around the world meet. Wright, Ethan, Lena, and others argue over what to do. General Wright, "We can't trust anything that old. This is manipulation, Lena, or a warning. Maybe it's not here to fight. Maybe to test." Ethan says nothing. He knows the mark on his arm is a key, but not yet what it unlocks. Precursor sends another signal. "One of you has been chosen. Send the anchor to us, alone, or be forgotten." All eyes turn to Ethan. Ethan boards the lift. Special craft is built. It will take Ethan directly to Precursor. No weapons, no tech. Just him and Echo's frequency embedded in his brain. Before leaving, he records a message. "If I don't come back, just remember, Echo didn't choose us by accident. We were always meant to break something." The lift rises into the sky, toward the unknown. Inside Precursor, the test begins. Ethan steps into the black halls of Precursor. It's not solid. The walls bend like thoughts. He sees visions. The first humans, reaching for fire. The first alien race, building Echo. A future, Earth as a golden city. Or as dust. A voice speaks again. "You are noise. Echo was your melody. But can you sing alone?" Ethan replies, "I'm not alone. I brought all of us." Precursor pauses. then shows Ethan. The others, revelation. Earth is not the only one, other planets, other species, other anchors. All visited by versions of Echo, all tested. Most failed, turned violent, destroyed themselves. Earth survived. Barely. Precursor single quotes as voice returns. You are the last flame. If you pass, others may live. If you fail, everything ends with you. Then, silence. Ethan must now answer one final question. Not with words, but with a choice. The choice Precursor offers. Ethan, two paths. Total defense, full power to destroy all invaders, forever. Total connection, share Earth's data with other worlds. Even enemies. Ethan sees the cost of each. Defense means safety, but isolation. Connection means peace, but risk. Ethan breathes deeply, then speaks one word. Echo reawakens. With a new form back on Earth, Echo glows again. This time, not as a cube. It reshapes into a tree of light, tall as a tower. Roots into Earth's core. People feel the signal. It's not just memory now, it's life. Echo says, Earth has chosen balance. Not war, not surrender. A new path. Final scene, a message to the stars. Ethan returns to Earth. Changed. Marked. Clear. He sends a signal into space. As a warning. Not as a call for help, but as a message. We are no longer hidden. If you come to take, be ready to face what we became. If you come to share, welcome. Up in the sky, 100 lights blink back. Some are stars. Some are not. Opening scene. Echo's final message over Earth. The pulse heart tree flashes one final time. Echo sends its last transmission. The gate is open. Earth must choose, stay or rise. No one sleeps that night. Around the globe, people gather under the stars. They know this is not just the end of war. It's the start of exploration. The Stargate high above Earth. A massive circular structure now floats, not built by humans. Not made by the collectors. Older than both. It responds only to Earth's signal. To Echo's light. It's a Stargate, connecting our system to the ancient network of worlds, but it only opens for those who pass the test. Earth has passed. Mission. Operation Dawnfire. General Wright, Dr. Lena Torres, and Ethan Rowe lead the final mission. Their goal: send a ship through the gate. Discover who or what made Echo. Find out what lies beyond. And what threats may still remain. Ship name: Unity 1 crew. Scientists, soldiers, memory-bonded children. The girl once called the Beacon. They all board Unity. One as Earth watches. The journey begins. The gate activates. Light bends. Stars move. And Unity 1 disappears into the unknown. On the other side, a dead galaxy. The ship exits the gate and finds nothing. No planets. No ships. No light. Just darkness. But then, signals begin. Soft pulses. Echo fragments. Each signal a voice. Some millions of years old. Ethan whispers, we're inside a forgotten graveyard of civilizations. The builder's message. The crew finds an ancient monument floating alone in space. A cube of stone and crystal. The size of a mountain. It speaks in images. Galaxies forming, planets burning, beings of light creating. Echo, they learn. Echo was not a weapon, it was a gift. A test of worth. But most species used it to dominate. Only Earth chose balance. But they were not alone. Suddenly, Unity 1 is surrounded by shapes. Ships. Dozens. Hundreds. Silent. From other surviving worlds who also passed their tests. Different species. Different voices. All watching Earth's crew. One speaks. Through light. We saw your signal. We felt your pain. You are not the last. The Great Council. Earth is invited to join the Starbound Council, a hidden alliance of worlds that passed Echo's trials. They've remained hidden for centuries. Waiting for one more voice to join. Earth is the newest and boldest. But the Council has bad news. The true enemy is waking. Not all who failed Echo died. The final enemy, the forgotten ones in the distance. At the edge of the star map, a red mark grows, a system corrupted, infected. These are the forgotten ones, civilizations that rejected Echo's message, mutated into dark, hungry forms. They've begun to feed on star systems, and Earth was their next target. Earth's answer. Lead the Alliance. Ethan steps forward. His voice echoes across light. We didn't survive to hide again. We faced darkness. We became light. We will lead this war. The Council agrees. For the first time in galactic memory, Earth becomes the center of a united force. War among the stars. A new fleet forms. Echo-powered warships, mind ships that sing commands. Memory-fused battle armor, living maps that react to intention. The Alliance travels to the edge of the galaxy. There, they face the Forgotten Ones, twisted machines of bone and data. The sky becomes fire. Planets break apart. Stars scream. Earth's ships push forward, never retreating. Ethan fights at the front. The girl, the beacon, walks through space like a goddess of light. The final blow, Earth's choice. At the heart of the Forgotten One's world lies a core of silence. A dead Echo fragment, the original corrupted one. The Council wants to destroy it, but Earth suggests something else. Lena speaks. No more destruction. Let us rewrite, not erase. They use Echo's purest memory, the sound of Earth's rain, a child laughing, a mother singing at night. The corrupted core burns, then transforms. The Forgotten Ones awaken. Not enemies anymore, just lost. Earth doesn't just win. It heals. Final scene. Earth returns home. Unity 1 returns through the gate, but Earth is no longer the same. People wave from moon colonies. Echo towers light up in Africa, Asia, and Antarctica. The sky glows with ships coming and going. Humanity is now part of something far greater. The weakest, not the forgotten, but the ones who rose when no one believed they could. Echo's final message in the sky, across every screen, every sky window, every signal. 1 line appears. You were invaded. You survived. You became more. Now, build the future we never could.